my desires like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night, and 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnity.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriment, awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth, turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for a pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious Duke, this man hath stolen the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast had her window sung in feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweet beats, messengers of strong prevailment in unhardened youth. With cunning thou hast filched my child's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, into stubborn harshness. And be it so, she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient law of Athens. As she is mine to dispose of, I may dispose of her, which shall either be to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid. To you, your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax, by him imprinted and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, one thing your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father look but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I, to be in shady cloister mute, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold fruitless moon. Christ bless they that master sow their blood to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled, than that which withering from the virgin thorn grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished joke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy praised title to my certain right. You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander! Truth, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him, and she is mine. And all my right of her I do estate Demetrius!
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortune is every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. And, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved, Demetrius Hermia. Why should I not then prosecute my right? Demetrius, all about you to his head, made love to Nader's daughter, Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, dote in idolatry. This spotted and inconstant man!
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and come, Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death or to a vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta, what? Cheer, my love. Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you into business against our nuptial, and confer with you of something nearly that concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire, we follow you.
How now, my love? Why are your cheeks so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Be like for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me, brought that I could never read, could never hear by tale or history. The course of true love never did run smooth. But either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross! Too high to be enthralled too low.
or else it was misgrafted in respective years.
Oh, spite! Too old to be engaged too young.
Or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell! To choose love by another's eyes?
Or, if there was sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in a coiled night, that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man have power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, let it stand as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, for it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, or fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widowed aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the woods, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do an observance to a morn of May, there will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander! I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus' doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen when the false Troyan under sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke, in that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away? Calling me fair? That's fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, your tongue sweet air, more tunable to lark than shepherd's ear. When wheat is green and hawthorn buds appear, sickness is catching. Oh, were favor so yours, I would catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My eye would catch your eye, my ear your voice, my tongue would catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being
translation. Oh, the rest I give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smile such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me
Oh,
love.
that my prayers with such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Were that fault mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens is a paradise to me. Oh, but in what grace my love do dwell. He hath turned a heaven onto a hell.
Helen, to your minds we doth unfold. Tomorrow night when full we doth behold her silvery visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearls the bladed grass. A time that lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates we devise the steel.
And in that wood, where often you and I upon fate's primrose bed were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes, to seek new friends and stranger company. Oh, farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow, deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dotes on you.
How happy some or others can be. Throughout Athens, I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know all that he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I admiring his qualities. Things so base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transform new form in dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind. And therefore is winged Cupid painted blind, nor hath love's mind any judgment taste. Wings and no eyes figure undeedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, for in choice he is so oft beguiled as waggish boys in games themselves forswear. So the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyes, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, he so dissolved, and as showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight, and then in the wood he will tomorrow night pursue her, and for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But therein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
This way to good Peter Quince's house?
It is not there!
Beat flute! Beat flute!
Is all our company met?
You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Well, here is the scroll of every man's name thought fit through all of Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on. Then, read the names of the actors and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and Mary. Now, read the names of the actors, good Peter Quince, according to the scroll.
Answer.
Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready? Name what part I am for and proceed.
You Bottom are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most
will ask some tears at the true performing of it. If
Francis,
I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure to the rest.
Francis,
Yet, my chief humor is for a tyrant. Oh, I could play Hercules rarely, or a part to tear a cat in to make all split.
Francis,
The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far and make it mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now name the rest of the players.
Francis,
This is Hercules' fiend, a tyrant's fiend. A lover is more condolent.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quint.
You Flute are set down to play Thisbe.
What is this be? A wandering knight?
Thisbe is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That is all one. You shall play it in mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisbe, oh Pyramus, my lover dear, my lady.
No! You must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starling, the tailor.
Here, Twin.
You Pyramus' mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter.
You Thisbe's father. Self Pyramus' father. And Snug the joiner, you the lion's part. And I hope here is a play well fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
Oh, well, you may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar, that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar, that I shall make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
And you would do it too terribly. You would frighten the Duchess and the ladies, and they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
No. I grant you, friends, if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, so I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you, and 'twere a nightingale.
No! You must play Pyramus! For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man. A proper man, as one shall see on a summer's day. A very gentleman-like man. Therefore you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
What you will.
I could discharge it in either your straw color beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple and grain beard, or your French crown color beard, your perfect yellow.
Well, some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you just need a face. But, masters, I am to desire of you, and entreat you to con your part by tomorrow night. We'll meet in the Palace Wood, a mile about town, for if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company, and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of property such as our play warrants. I pray you, fail not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough! Hold or cut bowstrings.
Over hill, over dale, through a bush, through a briar, over park, over pale, through a flood, through a fire. I do wander everywhere, faster than the moon's sphere. And I serve the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green. Cowslips tall her pensioners be. In those gold coat spots you see, those be rubies. Fairy favors. In those freckles lie their savors.
How now? Whither wander you?
Well, I come to seek some dewdrops here and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lob of spirits, I'll be gone. The queen and all her fairies comes here anon.
Ooh! Hold! The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing, fell in wrath, because that she as her attendant hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child knight trained to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do swear that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and making quite, or you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow.
Yes, yes.
Are you not he that frights the maidens of the villagery? Skim milk and sometimes labor in the corn. Oh, and Boofless makes the breathless housewife turn. Sometimes you make the drink to bear no barn. Oh, and you mislead night wanderers laughing at their harm. Those that hobgoblin call you and sweet Puck, you shall do their work and they shall have good luck. Are you not he?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile. When I have fat and bean fed horse beguile. Neighing in likeness of a filly foal. And sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her with a dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt telling the saddish tale, sometime for 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her bum, and down toppled she. Taylor! Cries it, falls into a cough, and then the whole choir hold their lips and laugh. And waxing in their mirth and knees and swear, a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room fairy, here comes Oberon.
Oh, and here my mistress. Would that you were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairy, skip hence, I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. Ha! But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of corn sat all day playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest tip of India, but that forsooth, the bouncing Amazon gone. Your buck-skinned mistress and your warrior love, to Theseus, must be wedded. And you come to give their joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus, Titania? For shame, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus. Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night from Perigenia, whom he ravished, and make him with fair Aigle break his vow with Ariadne and Antiope?
These are forgeries of jealousy. And never since the midsummer spring met we on hill or dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margins of the sea to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. And for the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the seas contagious falls, which falling in the land have made every pelting river so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox has therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn has rotted ere its youth attain a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowning fields, and the crows are fatted with the merest flock. The nine men's voice is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes on the wanton green for lack of tread are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter. No night is now with him or carol blessed. And for the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And though this temperature we see the season's edge, hoary-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose. And on old Time's thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as a mockery set. The spring, the summer, childing autumn, angry winter change their wonted liveries. And the mazy world by their increase knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her overarm? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order. And in the spiced Indian air by night, full often has she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sand, marking the embarked traders on the flood. Where we'd laugh to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind. But she with pretty and with swimming gait following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles and return again as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you to stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day? If you will patiently dance in our rounds and see our moonlight revels, come with us. If not, shun me and I will spare your hearts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away, we will chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way! Thou shalt not from this grove, till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and smartly loosed his shaft from his bow as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I should see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon. And the imperial votress passed on in maiden meditation fancy free. But noted I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower. The herb I showed thee once, the juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid, will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me that herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a gold around about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania while she is asleep and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it on lion or bear or wolf or bull, on meddling monkey or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I will slay. The other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen to this wood, and here am I, and wood within this wood, because I cannot make my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, and yet you draw not iron from my heart. It's true steel. Leave your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more, Demetrius. I am your spaniel, and the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worse place can I beg in your respect, and yet a place of high respect for me than to be used as you use me?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
But I'm sick when I look not on you.
But you do impeach your modesty too much. To leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not. To just the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For that, it is not nice when I do see your face, nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for in my respect, you are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the breaks and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
Wildest have not such a heart as you. Run where you will, the story will be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin, the mile-high makes speed against the tiger. Move the speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions, let me go. If thou do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the woods.
Ah, in the temple, in the town, in the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius! Your wrongs do scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. Oh, follow thee and make a heaven of thy hell, to die upon the hand I love so well. Demetrius!
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere thou do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? I pray thee, give it me.
There it is.
I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violets grow, quite o'er canopy with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake leaves her enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it that the next thing his spies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Affect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me here ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Now we're round day like a fairy song. Then, in birds' hearts of a minute hence, some to kill capers in the musk-rose buds, some to war with rear mice for their leathern wings to make my small elves hoot, and some to keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then
Never harm nor spell nor charm. Come, our lovely lady night. So good night, good lullaby. Purell with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. La 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 lullaby. La 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 lullaby.
now to your offices and let me rest.
Hence. Away! Now all is well. One aloof, stand sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce or cat or bear, pod or boar with bristled hair. In thine eye what shall appear? When thou wakest, it is thy dear. Awake when something vile is near.
Fair love, you faith was wandering in the wood. And, to speak troth, I have forgot our way. Oh, rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and a single oath.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense of the sweet of my innocence. Love takes the meaning and love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath, so then two bosoms in a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very pretty. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, dear friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off. In human modesty, such separation may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So, far be distant. Good night, sweet dear. Thy love ne'er alter till I sweet my bed.
Amen, amen. To that fair prayer say I, and end life when I end loyalty. There's my bed. Sleep. Give thee all his rest.
Ah, and with half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force and stirring love. Night in silence. Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despise the Athenian maid. Oh. And hear the maiden, sleeping sound, on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. Now awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay! Wilt thou kill me, sweet Demetrius?
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus!
Wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia wheresoever she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, mine are oftener washed than hers. No. I am as ugly as a bear. For beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore, nor marvel though Demetrius fly my presence thus. Oh, what a wicked and dissembling glass may me compare with Hermia's fiery eye. But who is here? Lysander, on the ground, dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And from through fire I would for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art, and through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where's Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Say not so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia, Lord, what though? But Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent. The tedious minutes with her I've spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who would not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier made. Things growing are not ripe until their season. And so I, being young till now, ripe not to reason. Now, touching the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will and leads me to your eyes, where I overlook love's richest stories and love's richest book.
Wherefore to this keen mockery was I born? When at your hand did I deserve such scorn? Is not enough. It's not enough, young man, that I never, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eyes, but you must flout my insufficiency. Good troth you do me wrong, good sooth you do in such a disdainful manner made me to woo. But very well, perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man be refused, should therefore of another be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia! Sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near. For as the surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave are hated most of those they did deceive, so my surfeit and my heresy of all be hated of the most by me, and with all my power address your love and might, to honor Helena and to be her knight.
Help me! Lysander! Help me! Do my breast to black is cold! Shoot me from my breast! Ay me! For pity, when a dream was here! Lysander, look how I do quake with fear! Methought a serpent eat my heart away, while you saw
Lysander? What? Removed? Lysander? Lord? What? Out of hearing? Gone? No sound? No word? Alack! Where are you? Speak! And if you hear, speak of all loves! I swoon almost with fear. No? Well, then I perceive thou art not nigh, and either death or you I'll find immediately.
Are we all met?
Oh, Pet, here is a marvelous convenient spot for our rehearsal. This gravel plot shall be our stage, and this popcorn brick our tiring house. We will do it in action, as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince,
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
there are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By our legend, it's a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it will be written in 6 and 8.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Oh, but will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful wild fowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue saying he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must be through saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, were pity of my life. I come as no such thing. I am a man, as other men are, and there indeed let him name his name, and tell them plainly he is Snug the Joiner.
Oh, we shall have such a prologue, but there is 2 hard things. That is to bring moonlight into the chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe did meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine the night we play our play?
A calendar! A calendar! Look in the almanac, find out moonshine! Find out moonshine!
It doth shine that night!
Why then, may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye. Or one could come with a bush and a lanthorn to say he presented the person of moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe did speak through a chink in the wall.
But you could never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present all, and let him have some plaster or some loam
or some rough cast about him to signify wall. And let him hold his fingers thus. 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 And through the cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
Well, if that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son. We will rehearse our parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here? So near the cradle of the fairy queen. Ah, what a play, Tward. I'll be an auditor. An actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Pyramus, speak, Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of Odor, savor sweet. Odor, savor sweet. So hath thy breath, my Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry must you, for you must understand. He goes but to see a voice he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar. Most risky juvenile and eke, most lovely Jew, as truest horse that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's too.
Ninny's too? Why, he does not speak that yet. That answer to Pyramus. Speak all the parts at once with cues and all. Pyramus? Your cue is past, which is never tired.
As truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair, Thisbe, I were only thine.
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about around. Through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometimes a horse I'll be. Sometime a hound, a hawk, a headless bear, a fire, and neigh. No! And bark. And grunt. And roar. And burn. Like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire at every turn.
Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Bottom? Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What is it that I see on
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. To fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I shall walk up and down. And I shall sing, so they shall hear I am not afraid. The ouzel cock so black of hue with orange tawny bill, the throstle with his nut so true, the wren with little quill.
What angel awakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo grey, whose many noteful man doth mock, and dare not answer nay. For indeed, who would set his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would tell the bird a lie, though he cry cuckoo? Never so.
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note, so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape. And thy fair virtue's force, her force doth move me on first view to say, to swear I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the reason some honest neighbor doesn't make them friends. I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. I had enough wits to get out of this wood. I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common weight. The summer still doth tend upon my fate, and I do love it. Therefore, go with me, and I shall give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on Pret's flowers dost leap. And I shall purge thy mortal grossness, so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peace blossom, cobweb, moat, and mustard seed.
Ready? And I.
And I.
And I. Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hawk in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bag still from the humble bees. And for night's takes, crop their waxen eyes and hide them at the fiery glowworm's eyes, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to have my love to bed and to arise. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesy.
Hail, mortal, hail.
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 I cry your worship's mercy. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Oh, I beseech your name, honest fairy lady.
Peas blossom.
Commend me to your mother, Mistress Squash, and Master Peace God, your father, Master Peace Blossom. I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. Oh, I beseech your worship's name.
Mustard seed.
Good Master Mustard Seed, I know your favor well. That same giant-like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I shall desire you of more acquaintance too, Master Seed.
Come, wait upon him. Lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps every little flower lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my love's tongue, bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awaked, and what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love. Near to her shower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals that worked for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick-skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I did him at his advantage take, an ass's knoll I fixed on his head. Anon his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes, when they him spy as wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, or russet painted chops, many in sort, rising and clawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky. So at his sight, away his fellows fly, and at our stamp, here, or, and one falls. He murder cries and help from Athens calls. The senseless weak, lost with their fears so strong, make senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns of their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When at that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waited straightway loved and asked.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet lashed the Athenians' eyes with the love juice as I did bid thee do?
That is finished. I took him sleeping, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when she waked, of force she must be I.
This way.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Well, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'er shoes and blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. When he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia, I'll believe as soon this whole earth may be born, and that the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brother's noontide with Antipodes. Cannot be but that thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I. Pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty, yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What is this to my Lysander? Where is he? Oh, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hound.
Oh!